Verisimilitude is greater than veracity has been used a number of times by the devs when referring to the design of CoE. So it's best that we fully understand what this means and how it applies to the game, because no doubt it'll be used again. If you're like me, when you first saw the phrase, you were clueless as to what it meant. I'd never heard of verisimilitude before, and it took me a while to even spell it, let alone pronounce it correctly. Both words have their origin from the Latin word for truth, veritas, with ver being the root. So, veracity is the truthfulness of something, and verisimilitude is the appearance of something being truthful when in fact it isn't. It is easy to remember which one is the truth and which one is the appearance of truth by noting the last part of the word of verisimilitude has its root word in the word similar. All right, so how does this relate to the Chronicles of Lyria? First, we need to tweak the official definitions in a way that easily apply to CoE. We shall define veracity as reality as we experience it here on Earth, and we shall define verisimilitude as believability and enjoyment in Illyria. So as the devs design the game, what in essence they are saying is that enjoyment and believability in Illyria is more important than reality here on Earth. Remember, Illyria is not Earth, and that is something that we should all fully subscribe to. As a quick example, we know that an Illyrian day lasts 2.8 hours. If we look at human sleep patterns and the reality here on Earth, 8 hours is the accepted standard time the average person should sleep, or precisely 1/3 of the day-night cycle. If we were to apply that veracity to Illyria, it would mean that our characters would need to sleep in-game for 56 minutes, something that few of us, I think, would enjoy. So, as a result, in Illyria, we will need to sleep for just 7 minutes. So the veracity or reality is that we do have a sleep cycle, and the verisimilitude is that it only lasts for 7 minutes. This concept will apply to many aspects in Illyria, including architecture, skills, armor, weapons, and so on. Vi summed it up best in a recent post. Chronicles of Illyria is not a historic simulation, and it does not take place on Earth. A fantasy setting like ours is sometimes called source and sorcery or heroic fantasy, which does not make it bound to the historic timelines, materials, physics, technologies, or social conventions of Earth. Let's all keep this in mind as we constructively critique their armor and weapon concept releases. Take care, everybody.